So you probably have heard that in the end of November, Pluto went into Aquarius. Okay? And a lot of people are talking about this. If you Google Pluto in Aquarius, there are a billion hits on it. I swear to you. Everybody's talking about it. Everybody's in the uproar. Astrologers, regular people, the whole community is talking about Pluto in Aquarius. So somebody sent me a message and they were like, what's this Pluto in Aquarius thing in Aquarius? And sent me a message and was like, what's this Pluto in Aquarius thing about? And I was like, honey, I'm going to have to do a video. So let's get started. My name is QueenAusetHeru, and thank you for joining me for another wonderful edition of Ask an Aquarius. If you haven't already, please hit the red subscribe button and smack that bell. Also, if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Please, please, please. That is the most important thing you can do. If you don't do anything else, please give this video a thumbs up. And if you want to, please pass it on to somebody else who might want to hear this information. Please drop us a positive comment in the comment section. Let me know, what do you think about Pluto in Aquarius, and are you ready? Because you better get ready. Okay? If you want to get a reading done, please hit me up. My email and all my personal information is underneath. My social medias and all that is underneath this video. If you want to send me a gift for Christmas, my Amazon wish list is underneath this video. And I got a lot of toys. I got a lot of toys. A lot of squishmallows, a lot of toys for my Amazon wish list. Let's see. If you want to join us on Patreon, that link is also underneath this video. Let's get started. So, oh boy, Pluto in Aquarius. All right, I'm going to give you a very basic summary because there's people who have videos that are 100 minutes long or more on this particular topic. I don't roll like that. Okay? I'm an Aquarius with a Sag moon and an Aquarius rising, so we're going to keep this short and sweet, okay? So, this is what I'm going to say. Pluto is a planet. Sometimes Pluto is a planet, and sometimes they tell us Pluto isn't a planet. But for today's purposes, we're going to say Pluto is a planet. So Pluto is all the way out there. It's like way out there, the way that the planets are lined up. There is Mercury, then Venus, then Earth. Pluto is like number 9. It's way out there, okay? So Pluto has entered into Aquarius. Now, if you look at the sky and you look at a map of the sky, basically, it'll show you how the cosmos is broken down into the zodiac. So it's broken down just the same way it is for us. So there's Capricorn, Aquarius, Pisces, Aries, so forth and so on, and it goes around. So Pluto went from Capricorn into Aquarius. So what does that mean? Pluto is about death, rebirth, transformation, the phoenix, new beginnings. Aquarius, you know what Aquarius is about. Innovation, the future, rebellion, revolution, friendship, anarchy, Aquarius, we do what we want to do, we want to do it, unpredictable, very spontaneous energy, very fixed energy, very stubborn energy. So you have a marriage of Pluto and Aquarius is what's going on. So the last time that Pluto and Aquarius happened was the American Revolutionary War. And at the same time, the French Revolution was going on, for you history buffs. You remember that. So basically, every 200 and something years, Pluto goes into Aquarius, and there is rebellion, basically, because this is the thing about Aquarius. Aquarius does not come to tear down every structure. Aquarius doesn't rebel against everything. If something is good, if something is working, I like that. I like that. I like not having to make changes. I like when things work. So Aquarius are really like, cool if it's working. But what is not working, this is the rebirth. This is the transformation. So governmental structures that are not working, organizational policies, institutional policies that are not working. You know, that's the kind of stuff that you're going to see in an upheaval during Aquarius, during Pluto in Aquarius. You're going to see a big upheaval of these kind of things, and you already are. You just saw the CEO, Brian Thompson, get murdered in cold blood. And the shooter's whole, motive for doing so was that healthcare in the United States is ass. It's all messed up. We should have universal healthcare in the United States, period, point blank. A country that rich should be able to take care of its sick, period, point blank. All the other countries do, not all the other ones, but many of the more wealthier nations do so. Americans put in enough in taxes and everything else that we shouldn't have to worry about dying from a cold because we don't have the proper insurance coverage, or our healthcare won't cover something that we desperately need. So this is one of those examples I'm talking about of an institution that is unfair, that is unjust, that needs to be transformed. So this is what Aquarius comes to do. If you look around the world, it's not just the United States. The United States is in a problem. Not just the healthcare thing, the political thing is a big thing. You see people online. If you just look and see Americans talking, Americans are very divided right now. It's just a sad time. But if you look outside of the United States, you will see there was unrest in South Korea the other day. Again, institution, structure that needs some type of transformation. And if I'm not mistaken, they said that the president of South Korea declared martial law. Wait, what? There was something that happened in Germany. There was something that happened in France. And these are all governmental kind of things. Something with money. Something, every time I turn around and I look at the world news, there's something going on with one of these old institutions or one of these old structures or one of these old governments that needs to be transformed. Somebody was just doing a conversation the other day about how the two-party system in the United States needs to be revamped. Some people want a three-party system or more. So the more and more you look at the world, and because Aquarius, again, is global. Aquarius isn't usually little micro things. It's big things. So when you look at the world stage, you look at the global economy, look at the global social structure, you see upheaval, you see change. And these are really small things right now, like they're just kind of ripples. But as Aquarius continues, as Pluto continues through Aquarius, you will see more and more of this. And by the end of the 20 years, who knows? Who knows what's going to be standing at the end of the 20 years? Because that's what Aquarius comes to do. Aquarius comes to lead the revolution. So I'm expecting some major changes. Some people have thrown around the idea of civil war in the United States and maybe other places. Some people have thrown around different ideas like that. And I would hate that. I would hate to see civil war break out. Just because of the people, the death, But I can't say that won't happen in Pluto and Aquarius, because it is very possible, because both of those revolutions that happened 200 something years ago happened during that time. So it is very possible. So that's why I said, if you want to get more information, do further research. I'm just giving you a smidgen. I'm just giving you a summary, because it's a lot to it, and it's a lot in as far as like the cosmos is concerned. And also I heard somebody talking yesterday about how in Europe there's some issues with farmers. So there's issues with food production, and the government basically trying to take the farmers' land from them on some injustice. Again, that's another major upheaval, something that needs transformation. So my only problem with Aquarius is that it has to transform. If you're going to break down a structure, a government, an institution, a business, a corporation, a protocol. This could even be something like protocol at your job changing. It could be something like that, but it's always something that affects a lot of people, not just yourself. It could affect the whole globe, the whole company, the whole city, the whole state. It usually affects a lot of people. So when you look at situations like that, you have to have something to replace it. So if we're going to throw out the protocol, we have to write a new one. If we're going to tear down the government, like the American Revolution, for example, they tore away from the governmental structure of the 13 colonies and decided to do the Declaration of Independence, the Constitution, and all that kind of stuff from that point on. But they had to put something in place. You can't just say, okay, we're not doing this no more. We ain't rolling with England no more. We're not dealing with the king no more. And then have nothing in his place. The founding fathers, regardless of how you feel about them, they put something in place. Now, what they put in place, in my opinion, was kind of shoddy because there were some loopholes in it, but it was better than nothing. It was better than just destroying the structure and walking away and saying, oh, well. Okay, so that's my biggest thing about Pluto in Aquarius, is that if the energy of Aquarius is going to destroy, it has to make sure to rebuild. That's the transformation part. So if you're an Aquarius, what does this mean for you? Well, it may mean that you might be setting it off. It may mean that. As an Aquarius, you might be leading revolutions. You might be leading small revolutions at your job. You might be fighting against unfair practices in your neighborhood. You might be fighting against the governmental structure. As an Aquarius, you might be leading or involved in some type of political revolution. That is very possible. But all I'm going to say, like I said before, is if you're going to tear down, you got to build something back up. Don't, because Aquarius is known for kicking the door in. But you got to make sure that once you kick the door in, you pick it back up. You know what I'm saying? You got to replace the door with something. Something has to be there. So as an Aquarius, you may find yourself in that position. And then I feel like you probably have been in that position a lot. You've probably been in that position already, but you may find it to be more intense. You may find it to be a bigger cause. You may find it to be multiple causes at once. It could be something like that. It also could be your family structure. Let's go into that. Because family is also institution, right? It's the institution that your family is cradled in. Some of the times, families during Pluto and Aquarius will set off. Maybe there's a culture in your family that's unhealthy, a toxic culture of God knows what. A lot of times during Pluto and Aquarius, those things get exposed and those things get destroyed. And that's a good thing. You might have generational curses. Maybe there's a tradition of incest, a tradition of molestation, a tradition of alcoholism. These kinds of toxic traditions, although we don't talk about them, go on in a lot of our families. So when Pluto is in Aquarius, oftentimes these things get exposed. There may be a tradition of infidelity, who knows? But your family structure is also an institution. So if things set off in your family, things that are, have been going on, that are injustices, that are unfair, that are negative, that are toxic, go with that. Destroy them and create something better. So that's Pluto in Aquarius in a nutshell. Now, if you want to know more, please Google, get a book on it, read more about it. There's lots more to it. People will give you more examples and things like that. But in a nutshell, that's what it's about. It's about transformation. And the question is, are we going to transform into something better, or are we going to transform into total anarchy? And I don't recommend anarchy. I really don't. Because anarchy is going to cause problems later on, there has to be structure. As an Aquarius, I accept that. I accept that there has to be structure. There has to be protocols. I accept that. But they need to be fair. All right, guys. Let's check out our positive comments. The first positive comments is from Mirama Purcell 572. Whew. I married a Pisces and he was a nightmare. Chaw. I hurt him by divorcing him. after the last bull he put me and our children through. He was warned one more and I'm out. He can't stand me almost 36 years later. I am an Aquarian, and yes, my leaving and moving on was chilly. I was ghosting long before I knew there was a term, but I do have a gift of disappearing and being in eyes view. I do not feel bad that I can remove myself from abuse with 2 snaps and cloud dust. I agree with you. I agree with you 100%. Roll out. If you're not being treated right, I'm the first one to tell you to roll out. The first thing I do, I always try to talk. I always try to be diplomatic. I try to change things. And if not, you got 2.2 seconds and I'm gone. I agree with that 100%. And a Pisces at that, I dated a Pisces. Whoo, child. My first relationship, my little teenage relationship, was with a Pisces. And he got on my nerves. He still get on my nerves. When I come across him, I'm like, Next one is Live, Love, Laugh with the Jackson 1629. She is right. She is me. Queen is right. I was dating an Aquarius man, and I'm an Aquarius, and I hurt his feelings, and he blocked me on everything, and he never talked to me again. So once they are done, especially the males, the women might have some grace with you, but the males, they will not talk to you unless they really cared about you. This is 100% correct. If I care about somebody and they harm me, I might have a little grace. Might. It depends on how bad it hurt. But it is very common for an Aquarius to block you on everything. And when I say everything, I mean everything. Email, telephone, Skype, Facebook, Instagram, you name it. That is a very true statement that an Aquarius will block you on everything and never speak to you again. So if you are the kind of person that know that you do people dirty, don't mess with Aquarius. Just leave that alone and move on to somebody else. Move on to working on yourself that you'll stop doing people dirty. How about that? But yeah, that's 100% correct. All right, guys. That was our last one. You come back soon because I got a lot more to say. See you later.